Android Auto is slowly making its way around the world and also to the UK in certain brand new car models, but today I'm going to be showing you guys a great application that turns pretty much any Android device into Android Auto, and it's called AutoMate. So, let's take a look. Now first things first, you are going to have to be part of the AutoMate Google Plus community to get access to this application, as it is currently still in beta. But once you've got the application loaded, you can see that it basically just turns your Android device into Android Auto and looks the same in terms of the dashboard initially. Now below that you've got the radio buttons for navigation, dialer, home, music and also shortcuts. Starting off with the navigation pane, and it looks exactly like a sat-nav system and exactly like Android Auto. You can pinch to zoom on the maps, search for different things, find your location with the buttons down below, as well as search for certain things and also just in general look around at wherever you need to go. You've also got some great options for voice search as well, so if you don't want to type something in, this is a great way to search for something like Pizza Hut, and what it's then going to do is bring back all of the results for Pizza Huts within your location, and you can then easily click on one to then navigate straight to it, which is a really simple and really easy way, and it's also really safe because you're spending a lot less time touching the phone than you would if you weren't actually using the maps themselves. Now each one of the navigation buttons does have its own pull-out drawer, and for maps you've got places and also traffic, so if you do want to turn that off you can see there that it gets rid of all the traffic features, and then you can bring it back to obviously get where you need to if you are in a hurry. Next up we have the dialer, which is my least favourite page. Now initially you can search for a name or a telephone number, you've got your favourites in the background, and down below you've got history, dialer and also the contacts list. But one thing that I don't like is when you actually go to call someone, it takes you out of the AutoMate application and into the stock dialer. Now in my case it actually puts the phone into portrait mode, which is not necessarily the best thing if you're trying to solely use this as something that you keep in your car, which I know a lot of people will do in the future because it's cheaper than getting Android Auto fitted. Now you've also got the side pull-out bar where you've got missed calls and voicemails, but just in general I hope that this is the main page that they kind of update sooner rather than later, just to kind of keep it coherent in the application. I'm going to skip the dashboard and go straight to the music tab, as this is the one that I personally use the most. Now one thing that I like is you can change the actual service that you're using with the side pull-out bar, so if I wanted to change to Google Play Music or Spotify, then you've got the option to do so. You can also play and pause the music and also skip forward and backwards on the track, so it's again very simple and very easy to use. Now again this is definitely a great feature, as using a mobile phone in the UK is actually illegal, so doing it this way is a lot easier and just in general will keep you less distracted on the road. Lastly, we have the Shortcuts tab. Now this one is kind of one that I think that people are only going to really use if maybe they've got children and things in the car. Now it is good if you do want to change certain things like Bluetooth, brightness, rotation and also turn on or off Wi-Fi, but you also have the option to add applications as a shortcut. Now the only real reason why I can see this being useful is say that you've got kids in the car and you want to hand it off to them to play a movie or any music or anything, then this may be a better option to do it than having it staying with the driver. So again, this isn't necessarily the most useful tab, but again I can see why they've put it in there, as if you do want to get access to any applications then you can do, and if you actually get the premium version of AutoMate you can also set it as your launcher. And lastly, and this is the view that I really use the most, is the dashboard for AutoMate. Now on this screen you can see the time, date, battery percentage and also any upcoming calendar events. Currently playing music will also show. You've also got some weather options as well, and also any missed call information. Now for some reason any of this missed call stuff I can't seem to get rid of, but it's probably just a bug in the beta build that I'm currently using. You've also got the options for the settings and the Get Premium in the sidebar here, and the Get Premium features just enables you to pay for the premium version, which gives you some additional features in terms of setting it as your launcher, so if you've got a phone that you keep in the car all the time, this is a great option to have. You've also got some options to customize it a bit more than what you would normally, as you can't actually change the backgrounds. There's a day and a night theme which changes the background automatically, but if you want to have your own custom wallpaper then you do unfortunately need to pay for the premium version to enable that. There's also quite a lot to change in the settings. You've got 5 different panels here, so you've got general, map information, screen and display, voice and audio and also support. Now under the support page again you've got the Get Premium feature, join the beta community, which you need to actually get the application itself, and also some frequently asked questions. Under voice and audio, you've got set voicemail number and also read SMS texts, so again keeping your hands off the device. Now one feature that I do like is to enable the speedometer instead of the actual time on the main dashboard, and again you can change the units from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Now it's not 100% accurate, but if you do want to have a quick glance at the speed, then it's definitely a great feature to have, and obviously the accuracy of this can be updated in a future update. There's also some options at the bottom here which are grayed out as they are some premium options, so again you will need to pay to get the full version of the application, which I'm more than happy to do. You've also got the screen and display options, so you can disable the lock screen or keep the lock screen on, and for devices running 4.4 or above, you can also enable Immersion Mode, and what that means is it's going to get rid of the sidebar down the side in terms of the navigation buttons, so it's going to use more of the screen, which on the Nexus 5, which isn't necessarily a small device, but as much real estate as you can get is definitely a good thing. You've also got some theming options for light and dark themes, and all it's really going to do is just dim it down in terms of the colours that it uses. So as you can see here, the dialer has a darker tone to it, as does the dashboard and the music settings, but just in general it's nice, but it will automatically do this at a certain time in the evening, again saving power and also so that it's not too bright in the actual car itself. You've also got some other options again which you can't access for premium for the wallpapers and things, and again if you do want those you are going to have to pay for the full version of the app. Under the map settings you can set a home and work address to easily navigate to those places, and you've got some other options to avoid things like highways and bridges that you have to pay for, ferries, etc. So again you've also got a darker map in night mode as well, so again it's going to be easier to actually look at and see the map itself. And that's pretty much going to do it, guys. I'm going to have a link in the description down below to the Google Plus community for this application, which again you need to be part of to actually download the beta itself. Now in terms of the app, it is still in beta, so there are some bugs here and there, like for instance finding your location quickly on the maps, and also some other things with the missed calls, and just in general some performance issues here and there, but for a first attempt it's definitely a great thing. Now I would definitely recommend this application, and if you could be part of the beta and download it, I would definitely recommend it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. If you guys have got any specific questions about AutoMate, leave them in the comments section or over on Twitter at Copper vs Glass. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.